Hello everybody and welcome back to Animal Crossing New Horizons! It was like 13 Nook Miles tickets to find Tutu. Hey Steven! You know, you know the books are just a bunch of letters? And there's only, I gotta count. Okay, there's only 104 letters. How do they make such big books with that few letters? Or it's weird. There's not, I feel like that, well, I mean, okay, that is Simon being silly, but I also feel like that letter might be missing in translation. Yeah, literally, last night, I bought 16 Nook Miles tickets. I went through 13 of them to get a villager I wanted. Octavian showed up 3 times. There was another couple animals that showed up multiple times. Zoops, you sleep well? Nope. Let's chat. I tried to get a present for someone, but you kind of messed it up. One time I asked my best friend what she wanted for her birthday, Queen. She stared daggers at me and said, well, my birthday was yesterday, but a hand mirror would be nice. I felt so awful. I got the fanciest hand mirror I could afford, and an apology card. I'm still embarrassed about that. That's the thing I like about technology. I don't necessarily need to remember my friends' birthdays. It reminds me. If I didn't have technology, I would forget constantly, and I would not blame others for forgetting mine. Mine especially, because I don't make a big deal out of it, so. Like, I do for videos and stuff, because, like, I know y'all kind of care. And I know people care, but like, that comes across wrong. Like, it just seems like a thing where audiences online tend to care a decent bit about creators' birthdays. So they get to enjoy it too, kind of thing. But like, where I have no friends local to me, no one really gets to enjoy anything about my birthday happening. So, you know, I don't tend to make a big deal out of it. Just one of those things. You might be thinking, do you actually have anything to talk about today? No, I don't. I really don't. I haven't really done much, because I woke up after falling asleep last night. I ended up falling asleep around like 6. I woke up at midnight. I was then awake until about 10 a.m., where I had to lay down and nap. And I've been awake again since, like, 1-ish. So, like, I've had a decent amount of sleep, split over 2 sets of sleeping, and the nap I had earlier was probably one of the worst sets of nightmares I've had in a while, so that was fun. Still feeling some lingering anxiety from that, which is always fun to have happen. Totally. But yeah, I'm trying to think through, like, things I could ramble about. I'm gonna get bit by a mosquito and I can't help it. Oh no, I got away. I did have to replace my net because it broke while I was on the islands. I saw a bug, I was like, wait, do I have that? So I had to catch it, and then literally catching that bug broke my bug net, so that's where I'm at. But okay, I have found the money rock. I don't really need my shovel anymore. I need it, oh no, I was gonna say I need it for the bell spot, but I found that too. Okay, I don't really need the shovel out anymore. That's neat. I might as well just put my tool away. I don't really need a tool out. I am going to try to be awake early enough tomorrow to actually buy turnips. Sparkles! So Fab, you're here. Boop. One check. When I lived at home, my room was a total grody storm. Mom would clean it up when I was little. But once you grow up, you have to do everything, like, for yourself. So now I fight the grody storm. That's very fair. My room used to be a lot worse than it is now. Like, when I was a kid, I hated cleaning. I still do. It's hard to explain how much I hate cleaning. Like, I just absolutely hate doing it. The moment I start doing it, I hate everything about the process. I hate everything about it. So I don't tend to clean very often. And when I do, it tends to have to basically be things that, like, absolutely need cleaning. Like, if Frisk is sick on the floor, I'll clean that up. And I'll probably, like, you know, really just depending on how much of a hassle it'll be, I might even go get the mop and then mop up the floor a bit afterwards. And, you know, I'll do stuff like that. What I won't do is just go, yeah, it's a little cluttered, I should fix that. Because I hate cleaning. It is, like, my least favorite activity. When I'm cooking, all my worries just melt away, honey. Did you make it? Hehe, making my specialty. It's veggie quiche. And the recipe for veggie quiche. I still don't know what that is. Yeah, I already have the recipe. I have a lot of the recipes. But, yeah, like... Where was I going? Right, cleaning. Like, a lot of people when I've made mention that I hate cleaning are just like, ah, so you're lazy. It's like, no, it's not that. It's, I have a deep-seated hatred for cleaning. And when I start doing it, it just, I hate it. Duskwalker, I was hoping I'd see you. Let's chat. Sometimes I get a craving for grilled tofu and nothing else will do. Very fair. Like, I feel like part of that is just the house I live in. Like, as an example, I could go and clean off the counter right now. By tomorrow, it's going to be covered in crap again. That doesn't belong on the counter. There is nothing I can do about that, except follow along behind the other adults in this house that are much older than I am, and clean up after them. That just gets frustrating. Good evening to you. Don't you love an evening walk, Snorty? I do. Let's talk. Glad you're never too busy to check in with me, Butterbee. Of course. Like, it's kind of been like that for a really long time, where I know when I was younger and would still clean a bit, it always felt like I was the only one ever cleaning. So I feel like that's probably what caused this hatred for cleaning. But here she is! Look at this cutie, little blush going on. Oh, hey, thanks for your suggestion the other day. You were right. This island is gorgeous. I'm so excited for my new life here. Let's catch up once I'm done unpacking. I cannot wait to see her home. This is... just the floor and wallpaper already looks really cute. I feel like she's pretty cute. Yep, there's gonna be some sirens going by. So I apologize if y'all can hear that, because I still have yet to shut my window. Mostly because, like, even at night, when it is actually getting kind of cool, like, it gets kind of nice at night. Like, it's been getting down to, like, you know, one night, it got down to, like, 2 degrees. That was freaking amazing. Here, check out. Can you pick something out for me? The suit jacket, right there. Let's chat. These clothes are really neat. You want to try some on? Walk around in them, maybe jump and run, too? I mean, that's kind of the idea of all this stuff, except I can't jump. Not in game. In real life, yeah, I can jump and hit my head on the ceiling. So that's fun. Man, I could get a waistcoat. We got the satin pants. They're not bad. I just wish there were better colors. Because, like, these are both kind of meh. The brown isn't bad. Yeah, that works. Let's see. Get some loafers to go with them. Pink loafers? No. The black ones work. How about white? The black ones. I've bought so many pairs of black loafers. Thank you, Mabes. Sabes! Steven, kind of clothes you usually like. How would you describe your style? Ooh! I know. You're all about, like, a green and white checker pattern, maybe on an apron. Mabes, do the thing where you think everyone's you again. That's fine, Sabes. She's allowed to do that. Yeah, I am definitely in the mind that I'd probably not hate cleaning as much if I didn't grow up around the people I grew up around. You know. It is pretty exhausting being one of the only people to actually kind of care about keeping at least, like, the kitchen clean. Like, I want y'all to imagine this, and I have a friend who watches these who has seen a picture of what our kitchen looks like. She knows how rough this kitchen is. I want you to imagine having about as much space as a full-size keyboard for preparing food. How difficult do you think that would be? Caramel, fish aren't biting. Aw. I mean, it's probably 'cause there's no fish there, but it's not easy, and gets really annoying. Nut, nice to see you. What's the latest? Oh, fresh air never fails to cheer me up, tall nut. And it's even more frustrating when, like, a lot of the things cluttering up the counter are things like the peanut butter. Stuff that could be put in the pantry where it belongs. And then hearing people that I live with go, well, that would take too long to get out. When quite literally, if the counters were clean, they could just go and stand right next to the pantry, and then the only time add would be opening and closing the door to the little pantry. Like, it's frustrating. Immensely so. Because, like, literally, it's like, alright, yeah, it might, even without that, it might take, like, 2 extra seconds to grab the peanut butter from the counter. It takes me a good extra 5-10 minutes when cooking a big meal, trying to find the space to do things. Even worse is when they're like, well, you can just set things on top of things. It's like, you know. No, I don't think I will. Like, can you imagine that one? Taking a hot tray out of the oven and setting it on top of, say, the plastic peanut butter container? That would end well, wouldn't it? Like... Suppose I can also make mention, I do now have the Voth cruiser in Star Trek Online, because I have been trying to get back to playing the events there, and I have completed it. I don't know how much more I'm going to do, but I've completed it. I'm just kind of burnt out on that game. And, like, it's cool having this Voth battlecruiser. Like, it is. But I'm just sitting there like, man, they could have done this ages ago. Or at least just left the regular Tier 5 battlecruiser in the Lobby store. Same with the Voth carrier. That could have just been left there. That would have been pretty cool. That way people could get their hands on that. This battlecruiser is a miracle worker ship, which is really cool. But I wish that was the carrier. The carrier is a command vessel. Which does mean it has little buffs to it. I'll do point stuff later. Like, it has little buffs it can activate. But miracle worker ships have extra console slots. Which is what makes the temporal D7 and Constitution carriers the best carriers, is because they're both miracle workers. They get extra console slots. Carrier's damage comes from a console. It's a universal console. Well, no, it's an engineering console, but it says it's universal. That's what it is. It's weird. It's weird how they did it. But, like, that basically means you want as many universal slots, which are what the miracle worker gets extra, and engineering slots as you can get. Now, the regular VOTH carrier has 5 engineering console slots, and can have up to 2 universal slots. A miracle worker gets an extra universal. Basically meaning the miracle worker will always be slightly better. Well, I say slightly, those consoles do a lot for you. Like, in raw damage, it's not a huge amount, outside of torpedoes, which gain a pretty heavy amount of bonus damage, which is kind of ludicrous. Feeling the vibes tonight, especially now that you're on the scene. Ready for a tune? Yeah, it's here. Cool, cool. Any requests? I can dial up an old favorite. You can just tell me how you're feeling. I'll groove on it. I'll leave it up to you, my man. Dealer's choice, huh? Cool. I got a slick one for you. Take a seat and we'll jam. Alright? Right on, tuned up and ready to roll. Who's in the mood for a little rockin' KK? I like rockin' KK. Or Ness. But, I also finally gave in and, played World of Warships a bit today. Which, I'm still just kind of burnt out on that game, but they do have a pretty cool event going on, so it's like, I should probably actually play. You can get quite the amount of steel and doubloons. The annoying thing is that it's a daily mission. Too many games have daily missions for events, and I kinda hate that. Like, because it limits the amount of games you could really play. Like, if I could just play, just do the event over and over, get the resource, up to a specific amount, I would greatly prefer that over, you better remember to log in and play a battle every day. Like, just let me have this game. Just let me play. Let me play 3 battles today, take tomorrow off of playing, then I play 10 battles, then I take a week off, and then I come back and play a couple more. And, like, I'm still ahead of pace, or at least on pace, when I get back to it. You know? But instead, it's, you know, better log in and play, or else you're not gonna get the rewards, and it's like, I kind of hate that. And so many games do it, and they do it because they want your attention. They want you going, I need to play that game. Like, that's why they do it. It's also why a lot of mobile games will do it, is because they want you coming back every single day, because every moment you spend playing their game is another moment that you might decide to spend money. And that's what they ultimately want you doing, is spending money. So, you know, they want you coming back and spending money. And the more they can get you coming back, the higher the likelihood you'll actually spend money, and thus the higher chance they'll get money out of you. Like, it makes sense from a business perspective, but, man, yeah, man, we give your pockets a glance if you have boo to the show. That was, like, unreal. Thanks for tuning your dial my direction. No problem, man. Like, it's worse with wargaming titles, because they all want you playing them every day. But there's not enough time in the day. This is just like an Earthbound battle theme. Like, that's just like a mini-boss theme. Like, World of Tanks, once you playing it every day. World of Tanks Blitz, once you playing it every day. World of Warships, once you playing it every day. World of Warships Legends, once you playing it every day. World of Warships Blitz, once you playing it every day. World of Warplanes. Actually, I don't think once you playing it every day. There is no Blitz version of Warplanes. A little sad that, actually, because, like, World of Warplanes is pretty cool. It's just not actively developed. Like, it's just something they just keep running. Like, it's not terribly popular. The people who do play it enjoy it. And I've generally enjoyed the times I've been playing at it. Like, wrong way. It's a fun game. And, like, honestly, I prefer it to War Thunder Air. The problem I have is that I don't prefer it over, like, Sky Rogue. So, generally, when I'll have the itch to play a air combat game, I'll just re-download Sky Rogue, because it's smaller and I enjoy it more. So, you know. Sky Rogue is also very silly. But, like, it's one of those things where, like, it's not a bad game, but I don't think it runs events often enough to want you actually there all the time. I will say something that kind of shocked me about Warships is before I quit, they'd been releasing a new line of ships every 2 patches. Like, they would release a line, like, they would release a line, give it a patch, and then release another line. So, I have not played that game basically all year. I last played World of Warships in February? It's now September. There has been 2 tech trees, one of which was entering early access when I stopped playing. The Mad Lads managed to go the entire summer without adding a tech tree to the game. I'm almost impressed. I'm also kind of impressed that they have yet to ruin aircraft carriers. Like, I was fully expecting aircraft carriers to have been ruined by now. I don't know what's going on with them. They have secondaries now that they can use as main guns. Well, they can use their secondaries as main guns. Kind of. They're still basically as accurate as secondaries, but, you know, you can fire them. It's something. They have piss-poor range. You're never going to actually be using them effectively, but they're there. But, like, I don't know, it's weird. They haven't changed how they actually operate, which was one of the things that was driving me away from the game. Now, I will say, something I'm going to try to be doing is, with Warships, is simply playing it less and trying to just avoid the community. Because the more I thought about it, that's what drove me away from that game, was just the community. Like, my own clan, pretty fine. You know, there's some nice dudes, there's some new people there, it's pretty neat. But yeah, I can't deal with how obnoxious that community is. I just can't. There's way too many people in the Warships community that are convinced they're right, you're wrong, and there's nothing you can say to change their opinion or mind, even when you can show them factual evidence from the game that they're wrong. They don't care. They're right, you're wrong. And that just gets so exhausting. Especially as me, someone who obsessively corrects people when they're wrong. I've been doing better about that. Because, like, it's not good for me, and most people don't care. Like, they're gonna carry on being ignorant and wrong, and there's nothing I can do about it. It would be nice to spread some actual knowledge, but that's not what Warships players want. They don't want knowledge. They want to be right. So, I'm just gonna let them be right and ruin the game. I mean, literally, I played like 3 battles earlier because asymmetrics are around, and they're just around forever at this point. Like, they're apparently going to be there for the next 170 some days. That's pretty cool. But, like, in those battles, the first one I played, I basically just, you know, right off the bat told the team, hey, I haven't played in forever. Sorry if I suck. And they were pretty chill. They were pretty cool. I was getting better responses than I was expecting to that message. My next battle I played, no one said anything other than me, who basically just went, wait, aircraft carriers aren't completely ruined? Because I had decided just to test, I grabbed my German aircraft carrier and just hopped out in it. And no, they're not completely ruined yet. If they're ever going to be. Nobody responded to me asking if Wargaming just gave up on changing them. Which I kind of hope. Honestly, I kind of hope that's what's happened. And then the third battle I played. I was playing correctly, using an island to limit the number of things I could shoot at my battleship while I was shooting away at the bots, doing what I could to clear damage off of the field as fast as I could. Destroyer on the other side of the map starts complaining about me hugging the island, and it's like, my guy, I would have been long dead if I wasn't doing this. What do you mean I need to stop hugging this island? Like, oh, but he had to gun down a battleship with his destroyer. It's like, no, you didn't. You could have torpedoed it to death. I mean, yeah, the bots are pretty decent at avoiding torpedoes, but you can account for that. Like, it's not that hard. I mean, I ended that battle with near enough 5 million potential damage on my Patrie, which is a very fragile battleship. It being French, it has no armor. Because who needs armor when you have rapidly loading pretty good guns that don't actually load as rapidly as you would like? But Patrie is weird. I've talked about Patrie before. It's the super ship in the French battleship line. And it has the same guns as the Tier 10, only it has an extra turret, so it has 12 guns instead of 8. But it has a slower reload on those guns, to the point where the Tier 10 and the super ship have very comparable damage per minute. It's just the super ship has a higher alpha strike. Look, I keep messing up fishing. I'm really bad at this. But I did catch an arowana. An arowana. Where's the quiverwana? That's what I want to know. Brain works me here. But yeah, like, it's not a very durable battleship, but I don't want to just get ranting about warships again, though. 414, That was almost 404. Oh, I just noticed someone in chat is talking about Yu-Gi-Oh! Yeah, I have 8-Bit Drummer stream up. I get easily distracted. I should go put some money away, and then I think that's gonna be it for today. Hey, we're gonna have some crickets add into KK's little singing us into the end card. Oh man, 80 whole miles. ABD. I'm probably gonna need to get money out again tomorrow anyway, but let's just put 400,000 away. Let's come to this, because I should have, yep, rusted part. Yeah, I'll take the bamboo partition. Take the cute music player. Sloppy sink. I don't know about that. Okay. But yeah. I do think that is going to be it for today. No, I wanted to put the tool away. I'll pop down the seat here. Then I'm not actually gonna have any crickets, but with that, I thank you all very much for watching. Some up to the side. And hopefully I'll see you back here tomorrow, where hopefully I will be awake in time to buy turnips. Maybe. I don't know. See you all then.